The Galactic Academy's combat simulator had never malfunctioned before. Not in 3,000 cycles of operation, across 7 different star systems. Yet now, as Instructor Velthera watched through the observation dome, every diagnostic screamed impossibility. Cadet Sarah Chen stood motionless in the center of the arena, her breathing steady, while 6 Krathix combat drones, each programmed to the lethality of apex predators from high-gravity worlds, circled her at a cautious distance. They should have attacked 30 seconds ago. They should have torn through her defenses like the paper-thin shields of a training vessel. Instead, they retreated. "Run the diagnostic again," Velthera commanded, her 4 eyes narrowing. The technician, a nervous Plix named Joram, tapped frantically at his console. "Instructor, the systems are functioning perfectly. The drones are operating within normal parameters. They're simply choosing not to engage." "Drones don't choose," Velthera snapped. "They execute protocols." Down in the arena, Sarah shifted her weight slightly. All 6 drones took a synchronized step backward. The movement was so precise, so deliberate, that several cadets in the observation gallery gasped. Sarah Chen had arrived at the Academy 6 months ago as part of humanity's first integration into the Galactic Coalition. Her homeworld's application had been rejected twice, once for being too young a species and once for the sheer statistical nightmare that was Earth's environment. Gravity 0.98 standard, atmospheric oxygen levels that would be toxic to most species over extended periods, apex predators in every biome, some with neurotoxins, some with crushing bite forces that exceeded ship hull tolerances. A death world, by any reasonable classification. But humanity had finally proven their technological threshold, and the Coalition couldn't deny them any longer. They sent their best, their brightest, their most capable. They sent cadets like Sarah Chen, who frankly hadn't impressed anyone. She was average in academics, middling in tactical theory. Her physical scores were good by human standards, which meant barely acceptable by Coalition benchmarks. She'd never topped any simulation, never distinguished herself in any meaningful way, until today. "Open comms," Velthera ordered. "Cadet Chen, report your status." Sarah's voice came through clear and calm. "Systems nominal, Instructor. Awaiting enemy engagement. The engagement should have occurred 40 seconds ago. Are you doing something to interfere with the drones?" "No, ma'am." Sarah's eyes tracked the nearest drone. "I'm just standing here." Velthera's mandibles clicked in frustration. "Reset the scenario. Full aggression protocols." The simulation reset. The drone's optical sensors glowed crimson. Kill mode. They should have swarmed Sarah in a coordinated strike pattern that only the most experienced Coalition warriors could survive. They didn't move. Then slowly, one drone took a step back. Then another. Within seconds, all 6 had retreated to the arena's perimeter, their weapon systems powered down. The observation gallery erupted in confused chatter. This was beyond malfunction. This was impossible. "Get her out of there," Velthera commanded. "Now." But as the simulation tech moved to open the arena doors, something else walked in. A Velkarn. A real one. The observation gallery fell silent. Velkarn were the Coalition's enforcement species. 3 meters of armored hide, claws that could pierce starship plating, and a predatory instinct honed over millions of years. They were the apex of the apex, the standard by which all combat drones were calibrated. This one had escaped from the xenobiology department. Alarms should have been blaring. Lockdown protocols should have engaged. Instead, there was only terrible silence as the creature stalked into the arena, its 6 legs carrying it in a hunting crouch toward Sarah Chen. "Evacuate the cadet," someone shouted, but Sarah didn't move. She turned to face the Velkarn, her posture relaxed, her hands at her sides. The Velkarn stopped 10 meters away. Its head lowered. Its sensory tendrils went flat against its skull. It was afraid. Velthera watched, her respiratory system forgetting to cycle, as the most dangerous predator in known space began to back away from a human cadet who'd done nothing but stand there. Then she understood. It wasn't about what Sarah was doing. It was about what she was. Every movement, every breath, every subtle shift in posture, they all carried the weight of a species that had climbed to the top of the food chain on a world where everything wanted them dead. Humans didn't just survive Earth's apex predators. They hunted them. They domesticated them. They built civilizations while sharing their world with creatures that could kill them with a single bite. And somewhere in the deep, primal recognition centers of every predator's brain, that history was written in Sarah's stance, her scent, her presence. The Velkarn turned and fled. Sarah looked up at the observation dome, confused. "Instructor, is the test over?" Velthara activated the comm with a trembling appendage. "Yes, Cadet Chen. I believe it is." As security teams rushed to secure the Velkarn and technicians flooded the arena, Velthara pulled up Sarah's file. Homeworld, Earth, species, human. Special notations, none. She added one. Warning. Apex recognition response observed. Recommend graduated exposure protocols for interspecies combat training. Sarah Chen was just a cadet, average in almost every measurable way. But she was a cadet from a Deathworld, and that made all the difference. In the observation gallery, the other cadets parted silently as she walked through. Not out of fear exactly, out of respect.